Huh. Is that her face?
That's her own face.
All right. Self-love, everyone. Self-love.
I am the War Chief.
Hello, my friends, and welcome. We're in session once again for another Hololive reaction. And due to popular demand, we are back with a fashion review with Val. And this time we'll be looking at everyone's kimonos. Now, if the video runs long, we're probably going to be splitting it into a couple of parts or so.
Okay.
But the way we're going to do it this time, because there's a lot of them, we'll just be doing them in quick batches where everyone is on the display all at once.
Yes.
Okay, so let's take a look at what we got.
Okay.
So we're going to go through this in chronological order, which means we'll be taking a look at the Japan girls first.
Okay.
With Gen 6 and Nene from Gen 5. If you're wondering why Nene was separated from the rest of Gen 5, is because she actually needed to have a costume redesign, and that took priority.
Okay.
So her kimono was delayed, so they decided, let's put her in the batch of Gen 6 kimonos.
Okay.
So there's going to be 6 of them here. What are your impressions from just these silhouettes?
Are these their original outfits? These are the new ones.
These are how their kimonos are going to look like.
Well, I see a lot of what looks to be volume. So it looks like there's going to be a lot of poof, maybe some fur.
Boots with the fur. Sorry.
Maybe some collars, like some fur collars. I hope to see a lot of like different patterns and mixing. I really like mixing patterns with fur, and for me, it's all about like texture. So I think that would be fun. The middle one with the hair and the horns, that looks like that one will be fun. And then the fifth one
here,
yeah,
the one next to her. Okay,
yeah, it looks like her skirt might be very poofy. That might just be like the way it's laid out there, but it looks like her skirt might be very poofy. So I'm looking forward to seeing it.
Alrighty, so those are the silhouettes.
Okay.
Let me show you their original costumes, just so you have context. And then we'll show you the kimonos.
Okay.
There, full screen. This is Nene.
Okay.
Yep, that's how she looks like. Very idol.
Yes.
You know.
Does she have a theme?
Well,
just girly.
It used to be. Her outfit used to be a bit more Chinese themed.
Oh, okay.
Because of what situation.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
If anything, now she looks a little more German, like almost Oktoberfest.
Because of the top, no?
Yes, and the corsetry. Yeah. So it looks a little bit more like that. But it looks cute, and I like the yellow with the pink. I'd
say it's one of the best costume redesigns we've had. Now, to be fair, they've only had 2.
It looks very cohesive, I will say that. Yeah, like it all works together.
I guess it's because also like they got a second chance to redesign her. So it's like, now it's like, okay, we know.
They fixed everything.
And this is Gen 6. You remember that trailer. Okay. What a wacky bunch of characters.
Yes, could you go through their names?
Yeah, so this is Chloe.
Okay.
Louis. Okay. Laplace. Koyori. For Koyori, I know she kind of looks like a cat, but she's supposed to be a coyote. Koyori.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Okay.
It's just that you've never seen a pink coyote in your life. And then this is
a stuffed toy, maybe.
Yep. And then there's Iroha.
Okay.
She's supposed to be the bodyguard. And the funny thing is, like, Laplace is like, I'm the leader of this group, but really the leader figure is the more responsible looking one.
Okay. This kind of, just looking at it, I don't know if any of you guys out there watch Euphoria, but this almost looks like it could be part of the cast of Euphoria. Like it looks like a very overly done high school clique. Like you have the kind of like punk inspired plaid and black and harnesses, like rip tights, and then you have the one that's like very almost Gossip Girl, very on trend with the leather shorts, and, and then you have that one girl Blair Waldorf, like head of the group, but actually a weak shit.
And then... Oh my god, you actually nailed Laplace in a nutshell. She actually had a duel with Toa, got destroyed.
Yep,
and
there
then
you go.
Koyori decided, I will avenge my leader. And she got absolutely annihilated by Toa 5-0 in a race to 3.
Yeah, so Koyori reminds me of Serena van der Woodsen. So if Laplace is Blair, then that's Serena van der Woodsen. Like, it's still very stylish, but a little more like boho California girl. I can imagine her blonde. And then...
Oh my god, if you made her blonde, she'd be totally Valley Girl.
Oh gosh. Yeah, like it all works. And I think like the one at the end, I forget her name.
Iroha.
Yeah, like I think... Actually, I wouldn't know where to place her. She almost seems like the hero character. Like, she's kind of like the unsung hero.
She's the bodyguard of the group.
Yeah, I can see her being the unsung hero. Okay, I'm excited to see it now that I kind of see the different styles. Okay, let's go.
So,
okay,
I'll just give you a quick thing. My favorite is Louis.
Gotcha.
And here you go. Here's the 6 of them.
Okay, let's start with Laplace.
You want to zoom in a bit?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Huh. Is that her face?
That's her own face.
All right, self-love, everyone. Self-love. So, are those bells on her pigtails?
Yes, these are the bells that you would usually find on at the shrine.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
I love the little owl. Is that an owl or a crow?
I think
Raven?
It's a little crow. Yeah.
I love his little scarf. So that's a shoe, like, because it's an image of herself on her. Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, it's an image of her.
Okay. And then what are those? Are those comic strips?
Here? Yes, those are manga panels.
Oh, okay. I'm here for the manga panels. I like those. They kind of add something to the outfit. I don't know how well they play with like those little sakuras that are purple and pink at the bottom. But I really like how it plays into like the fact that she's kind of like, she's literally her lore. Like, she's literally wearing her lore. I'm kind of here for the fact that it's a photo of herself.
It was the greatest meme to come out.
Yes,
at the time.
It's very much, I am that bitch. Like, and you're gonna know it whether you want to or not.
Now, the funny thing is, you know how you were saying earlier that she's like, oh yeah, I'm hot shit, but she's actually kind of useless.
Yeah.
I mean, you can kind of say that about the secret society as a whole. They're supposed to be a secret society, but there's like, it's really, really funny.
It's a very badly managed.
They ended up, they ended up just being Toa's underlings at this point.
Oh no. Little henchmen. Well, I like it. I think it's a statement. This is a statement. This is very modern. Like, it's a very modern, edgy take on it. I can absolutely imagine seeing a photo of this on Instagram on like a Tokyo street style, like, Instagram page. I can see her wearing like very high platform chunky boots with this. And she'd be standing in front of the street next to her, like, gothic Lolita friends taking... Yeah, I can absolutely see it. And I really like it. It's a statement. It's a very bold, loud statement. But it's a well-done one. And I think the way that they actually played with the print on her clothing is good, too. Because...
Which one? Which area?
Well, like where it folds. So you see, like, where her face is right at her collar.
Here. Yeah.
But... You know, sometimes when you put, you know, like, if like this print, if you put it here, it looks like when you fold and move, it might look funny.
Oh, yeah.
So I think the way they placed it and the way that it still looks like there's movement on it, which is nice. Because sometimes, you know, a picture, it literally looks like she's wearing one of those paper doll cutout outfits. Like,
yeah.
So this looks like it has movement, and I like that. It looks good.
You know, that is funny enough, the most objective analysis I've ever heard of this beyond just the meme. Okay. That is amazing to me. This is why we bring you onto this show. Because, damn, son.
I'll just point out, I really like, you know, the obi, like the around the middle. I really like that she used a harness to secure it.
Right.
I think, you know, traditionally it's like a sash or ribbon of some kind. But I love that touch of like
It's
traditional
very in character.
but edge.
Yeah.
And I like that.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Okay, next is Louise.
Okay. I can see why you like it.
It is probably, I would say, the most traditional of the designs
Yes.
that we have. And look, her owl
I
friend
know,
is,
I was just about to
or
point out.
her
Look
hawk
at him.
friend rather, yeah.
Oh, look at him.
Yeah.
He's so adorable. So I love her hair.
I love her hair.
I really love that detail of adding like those feather wings like to her hair. I don't know, it adds something. It's really, really nice. It's kind of what I wish had been done with Kiara. I know she has the feathers on her ears.
Right.
And I think they're like not just part of her ears, like aren't they part of her hair?
There's also
almost?
a gradation on her hair
Yeah.
too. It goes from orange to teal.
Yeah. I kind of wish like similar with Kiara, like, you know, Kiara had that like more texture in her hair. I like it. You know, the stripes on it almost remind me of like a pinstripe suit. So at first glance, to a degree, it looks business.
Yeah.
Like businessy. Almost like Japanese businessman meets an American company.
So really a meeting of the worlds, no?
Yeah. I like the little bow details at the hem. Really pretty. I don't know how much I like them with the stripes.
Because they distract a little bit because they're all kind of going in the same direction, no?
Or I would have wanted the hem, instead of adding the bow detail, like it would be a scalloped hem. But I still like it. I think it, you know, if you zoom out and look at it, I like it. I don't particularly like the little mesh detail at the ends of the bow. I wish it had just been like, if it was just like one long, and if anything, I would have liked if the end of the bow was kind of jagged. Like it looked like they just snipped it. I think that would have added like that little touch of edge.
Okay.
But otherwise, I like the colors. I like that the two sides of it are like different colors.
Yeah.
I think that's really nice.
The asymmetry is great for this.
Yeah.
one.
I love that little collar at the very top. Like she's wearing kind of like a high neck blouse underneath with what looks like a choker or some kind of
I think it looks
pendant.
like some sort of choker.
Yeah. Can you see, does she have shoes on? Can you see if the bottom?
No. They've got cut off. Plus with kimonos, the shoes aren't usually important.
Yeah, they're usually the traditional.
It's usually just the sandals, the tabi, or sometimes they're shoes. Yeah.
Yeah, I like it a lot. The skirt actually reminds me of like Filipino style, yung, diba? Like that kind of overlapping.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. I like it a lot. I think it's striking. It's not what I expected from her, but I think that's what I like about it. I always like when they kind of bring out a different side of a character.
Yeah.
Do you feel this still ties into her lore, like her theme?
I think so, because like in her role in the secret society thing, it's like, I'm the leader, but I'm actually the one who makes things work. Gotcha. That's why it kind of works that she looks like the boss lady.
Gotcha.
Because she kind of is the actual boss of the group.
Okay. So like Laplace is like the face.
The face.
But Louis is like the actual one getting stuff done.
Yes.
Okay.
She's like fits. Everyone's big sister.
That fits. Because Laplace definitely looks like the cover girl.
Yeah.
But Louis is like, when the actual meeting takes place, this is the one you need to take seriously. Okay. And I that suits, because she absolutely looks like if she walked into a room, you
commands
would start,
respect.
Yeah, you would be like, oh, okay. All right.
Koyori. A lot of...
This is a lot.
That's a lot. Yeah.
Okay. Can you zoom out a little?
Zoom.
Okay.
Okay, here.
So this is very... It's like kimono plus Lolita. And very like very kawaii.
Yeah.
I think it suit. I mean, it absolutely ties into her original outfit. Like it just looks like, I can absolutely see this being in her wardrobe. Like she just pulled it out on a different day. I actually really like it. I think it's so much, but it all works together. I think I love the pleats of her skirt.
Yeah.
I think that's such a lovely detail. And again, it adds that movement. Because you see with Louis where everything is kind of flat and perfectly ironed out.
Here, yeah.
Yeah, perfectly ironed out. Everything looks like no piece of fabric is out of place. But with the pleats, you can see that lace coming out, like the under.
Yeah,
the underskirt peeking out a little bit, and the pleats kind of overlapping. It looks like she was swaying.
Yeah.
I love that the bow has those little tassels.
Yes, the tassels are a really good touch.
Yeah, very pretty little touch. And I like that the bow, just like the obi underneath, has those lines across it. There's something about that like it's very cohesive, and it looks like she didn't just put a random bow on.
Right.
Yeah, like, oh, this is meant for that. And I really like the pattern of the top.
All the flowers?
Yeah.
And what another thing I really like about the flowers too is that they're kind of like mosaic style. It's not like a full-on like drawn flower. There are these little gaps in between all the petals, so you can really see through the design as well. Like it's not competing so much against what the design already has there.
Yeah. I would describe it as like the design has room to breathe.
Yeah.
So it doesn't, it's not so aggressive, like not so heavy on the eyes.
That's right.
I also just noticed like she has kind of like a cold shoulder cut out.
Yeah.
Which I like, and I like that the detail on the cuff of the top is like it has like a lace going through it. If anything, I would describe like that part of it looks very like DIY. Like, putting something through it and then just lacing it up. It looks like it's very personalized. If there was one thing I would change, it's maybe the skirt. I would have liked if the skirt was maybe just plain.
Oh, you mean the pattern on the skirt?
Yes, the pattern
because
on the skirt.
I thought like you really like the pleat.
I love the pleats, but I wish that it was just like either plain or that the pattern was all over. Because with that kind of like, it almost looks like something spilled on her right now. Like someone threw someone threw glitter on her and it just stayed. But I wish that if that was the pattern, just go all over with it so that a lot of pattern clashing happens. Or just keep it plain. But I like this one a lot. I think
tough to pull off a maximalist design,
It is. Yeah. But, with maximalism, I always prefer that you just go hard.
Yeah,
like if you're gonna go maximalist, just do it. Just go all out.
Like Ina outfits.
Yeah, like you might as well. If you're gonna go there, really go there.
Yeah.
And yeah, I like it. Was her hair down in the first one?
Her hair was down, I believe. Let's go back. See, it was down.
Oh, so they put it in like a Cali ponytail.
Yeah. From her second outfit, yeah. So there.
Okay. I like that. I love the little barrette that they put at the top, like right in front. It ties in perfectly with the outfit.
Yeah.
And that's another thing I really love about it.
Go.
These little, like, jagged edges right at her sleeve.
Here.
Yeah. No. Right underneath it. Like that little fin-looking shape.
This? Oh, this.
Yeah. I really like that. Because, again, I like when it has that kind of, like, almost unfinished, like, it looks like someone just snip. And I really like that. It kind of gives an edge to what would be, like, a very soft, feminine outfit.
Right.
Yeah. I like it a lot.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you ready to move on to the next one?
Yes.
Okay, great. So you had a lot of praise for Koyori's.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like it more than I thought I would.
And you got Chloe's.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Ooh, I like this one a lot.
It's.
Ooh. Okay.
Is it appealing to your sensibilities?
It is. Wow. I like it a lot. First thing that draws my eye are those two flowers right at the chest area that like on the bow.
These big two ones, yeah.
Doesn't it look like you could touch them?
Yes.
Like they look
3D.
So have you ever had you've seen those cards that they're not just a flat card with a design. They have like
pop-up cards?
No, they're sometimes like just flat cards, but it's like a flower, but it's a flower with texture.
Oh, yeah.
So like the rest of the card is flat, but that one part of the card you can touch and it sticks out a little bit. That's what that looks like. This whole outfit is flat and then those flowers. Bing.
You know what I love too about that flower? Is that her design is really, black, red, and white.
Yeah.
But the hints of red are so intelligently done.
Yes.
A hint of red here, and then red here, which balances all the elements out.
And they're exactly where you want to draw attention.
Right.
I think
there's a directionality. Yeah. There's a flow to her kimono.
This is such a Met Gala look.
Yeah?
Like, I can see if the theme was like, recently, in the past couple of years, of course, Rihanna turns out looks, but there was a theme where it's like China through the looking glass. And I can imagine if the theme was Japan through the looking glass, or, Japan in the modern century.
Yeah.
This, I can absolutely imagine a celebrity turning up in this style.
She even has like a fur lining that she can attach on the top. Yeah. So it's definitely Met Gala.
I love that. I think it's so well done. I'm not terribly a fan of those funny...
The bandages?
Yeah. On her chest? Is that part of the lore, or is that part of the look?
Part of the look.
Okay. So not particularly a fan of that. I wish they just kind of I talk about this a lot, but I love this area of a woman, like the shoulders, the neck, the décolleté. I think this area is so sexy, and there's something so sensual about it. And most of the time, I don't like when people have necklaces. I just want this whole area, just leave it clean. And let the lines of your body do the work for you. So I'm not terribly a fan of the bandages, but I love that it kind of drapes off her shoulders. Yeah. Like, I think that's, again, I love this area. So when it's kind of like draped like this, like, instantly makes me love it more. I think the placement of the bow is I think it's perfect. Yeah. And I like the height of that slit. It's definitely not traditional. No. Certainly not traditional. But I'm okay with that. And I love the little, I don't know what you would call that. Which garter.
One? Here? This one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Garter with knives.
Yeah.
Knives, pins.
Yeah.
I think that adds such a sexy spy feel to it. Like she's going to the Met Gala, but she's there to assassinate someone. Yes. And I also love the wave print and the orca.
Yeah. I mean, that's her. It's her whole thing.
Yeah. I really love the print. The print, I think the print is what makes it.
Yes.
I feel like if this was just plain white, it wouldn't have been as striking. No. But because of the print, it just makes it pop.
And it's the perfect... I love the accent colors that they put on the print as well.
Yeah, that hint of yellow.
The hint of yellow that almost looks gold. It's just so good and ties the whole thing together. Makes it look very classy.
And it ties into like every piece of it. Like you said, it's very intelligently done. The bows by the flowers are white and gold. Yes. And that ties into the color of the kimono. White, gold, with that black or deep navy color. And then in her hair, same colors in just a different presentation. Yeah. And all of it goes very well with her hair.
Yes.
Like, I love that hair color. I can't wait to get old and get that hair color. Like, I can't wait to go white or like to go gray. Because I think like silver foxes and like people who have that like steel, beautiful silver hair. I always hate when, well, I don't hate, but I just like when like women get old and then they feel they have to have short hair. I'm like, no, when I'm old, I'm going to have long white or silver hair. I'm going to do all kinds of stuff.
You're going to carry it.
Yeah. I hate the dress your age thing. I also really like that frill at the sleeve.
Oh, this one, the black frill here.
That frill underneath, because it in a subtle way, it tells you that this is not just like a robe. It has a lot of texture, like it has a lot of volume.
Yes.
So it's not just like, like it doesn't just flop on top of her. Like it actually on its own, the garment has weight to it and holds its own structure. Because without that, it would have literally just looked like she's wearing like a very lovely bathrobe. But adding that detail, it's kind of like when you see a ballerina's tutu.
Yes.
One layer is just be a regular skirt.
Right.
But because of those layers
Multiple
of tulle,
layers,
it sticks up and it holds and it looks like the tutu has a lot more like
going for it.
A lot
of motion, a lot of life in it.
Sorry, I could talk my head off, but
it looks like you have a favorite.
I really love this one. I think it's perfect on her. It saved the bandages, but I love everything. I'm not sure what is in her hair. Are those leaves? Or is that a bow?
This?
No, this black thing right there.
This?
Yeah.
That's a bow.
Okay, it's a bow.
Similar material to this.
Oh, I see.
Now you see it like that?
Okay. I like it. I could almost do without it.
Mm.
Just because I feel it would be competing with that bow. It's almost too much bow.
Okay.
But listen, I'll forgive it. Like, I can see past it as long as, like, the rest of it is so good.
Mm.
Yeah. So this
Looks
is
like you have
clearly a favorite of mine.
Yeah.
And, you know, this is bad because it looks like I'm definitely here for, like, black and white because Ina's was black and white too.
Well, you have gotten an appreciation for minimalist colors lately and neutrals.
Yeah.
Okay, next. With Iroha.
Oh. She's supposed to be very young.
I think so, yeah.
Okay. This definitely reads very young.
Mm-mm.
This almost looks like a child.
Like a child's kimono?
Yeah. Yeah, like it's dress up day at school and everyone's supposed to wear a kimono.
Yeah.
And yeah. But I really like the colors.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm not a fan of orange myself. I always feel like I look like a very large traffic cone. But on her, it looks lovely. Also because the orange that's here on her blouse is like, you see.
There's a bit of a gradient.
Yeah, and it's not like a harsh orange.
No.
I also like the little details in her hair, but I think that's the problem. I think that's what adds to it looking very juvenile.
Is it her hair?
It might be. And I think it's the hair, maybe it's the little pigtails plus the little barrettes in it. Mm-mm. And I also think it's maybe the lack of oomph in the rest of the outfit that kind of makes it look like, you know, with a kid, I mean, save for like a child pageant, kids aren't usually decked out in layers.
They're usually a lot more subdued, minimalist.
Yeah. So like if you see a mommy and me photo shoot, usually the mom is like glam and, you know, absolutely done up. And then the child is wearing like a $2 version of what she's wearing. So this kind of looks like that. I wish there was more oomph. If anything, I think cinching her waist with like a nice almost corset obi and then making her skirt more full, like poofing it out, would have already fixed it. Yeah, I think what I don't like is that it falls far too straight. You know what I mean? Like it's just kind of
Okay.
Versus if the skirt had more volume, if the, you know, her waist was more cinched. I don't mind at all the sleeves.
Yes.
But I'm wondering, is she wearing a backpack?
It looks like she is wearing something here in the back.
It looks like she's wearing almost like a harness of some kind.
Yeah, almost. But that's because, like, remember, she is supposed to be the bodyguard. So I think that's why the sleeves are like tied up so she can move quicker.
Yeah, so I don't mind the sleeves.
Yeah.
Again, they look like they have movement. And that's I love clothes that look like that. Like they move with you. Yeah, so I don't mind that. And actually what I love about the sleeves is that they have like a nice sheerness to them that, I don't know, it makes the fabric look touchable. You know, like it makes the fabric look really, really nice.
Yeah.
And the skirt too, like the skirt looks like silk. It looks like it could be shiny. It looks very touchable, but I wish the silhouette itself, they had played around with it more. Maybe give the sleeves more volume, give the skirt more volume. Yeah.
I think it's also a bit unfair to her considering we came from Chloe right before that.
That's fair. Could I see her original outfit?
Yeah, let's go back to her original outfit. Here you go. See, that's her.
Oh, see, this looks like the kimono. Yeah, I wish they had incorporated her sword. I wish they look at the I love that so much. Look at the sleeves.
The pleated sleeves.
Yeah, look at and the design on those sleeves. They look like clouds.
Yes.
And I love the blue like hem all around. That's so beautiful, and I love that it ties in with the skirt. It looks great, even though she's wearing like that. Clearly a warrior's harness thing, like right on her chest.
Yes.
But everything else makes up for that. And then in her next one, they definitely, I mean, you know what?
It almost looks like Iroha at home.
Yeah, or Iroha at age 12. Or, you know what? Maybe. How about she's undercover?
Yeah, I think that
There we go.
That probably is.
We'll sell it as
We'll sell it as undercover.
Sell it as like she's undercover as like a high school or young person at a thing, and she secretly has like a sword tucked into that. That's why it has to be straight because it's following the shape of her sword. So that's what I'm gonna go with. Yeah.
Alrighty.
Yeah, I like the bow.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what are those like circle things too?
Which circle things?
Yeah, right
here?
Underneath, right here.
This?
Yeah.
Those are...
It looks like a harness again. Like it looks like a belt.
It looks kind of like a belt, but those are actually raccoon ears for her pet. It's representing her pet.
Oh, she has a pet raccoon?
She has a pet raccoon called Bokobi.
Oh, I like that.
I don't have a picture of Bokobi right now, so let me open it on my phone. Bokobi.
See where the belt drapes on her, like right here, where the belt drapes right under the bow.
Yeah.
I wish they had put her sword there, or some kind of indication that she's still a badass.
See, that's the raccoon friend.
Oh, he looks like a loaf of bread.
He does.
He looks so cute. Oh.
The running thing is like he looks like he'll be served on a hot pot.
I don't like that. Yeah, but I mean, don't get me wrong. I really love the sleeves. I love the collar. Not terribly fond of those little lace bits on the collar.
Oh, okay.
But
here.
those little scallopy things. Okay. I think it takes away from it. I feel like this should be like a very clean top. I mean, since she's a bodyguard, I can kind of see that, like a very clean, straight to the point top, and then like a big skirt.
Mm-hmm.
Do we know if the skirt is long, like all the way to her feet?
It's practically, yeah.
Okay.
Practically to her feet.
Okay, I kind of like that more. Like now that I'm picturing it, I don't mind it. But yeah, not my favorite. I don't think it's awful by any stretch of the imagination. But I think compared to everyone else,
and you prefer her original outfit.
Yes, much more. I think. I mean, obviously, I'm not judging this as like traditional kimonos because clearly they're not supposed to be. But because they're saying that they're not supposed to be, I expect you to go out. Like, be extravagant with it.
Okay.
Because you have that leeway. Yeah.
It almost looks more like an alternate outfit to her original rather than,
a poor alternate. Like, I wouldn't even put them on the same scale. Like, I really love that first one.
Okay.
It was so striking. And I was hoping to see something similar.
Okay, now this one is going to surprise you.
Okay.
So, remember what I showed you earlier? Nenechi?
Yes.
That's her.
Oh, wow. She looks like someone's mom.
Yeah.
Like, that looks like the first one looks like a young version of her. Like, okay, can you go back to the first one?
Okay.
Does this not look like a 70s flower child?
Yes, absolutely.
Right?
She looks like a flower child.
She looks like with the platform boots and kind of like, like, make love, not war. Like I can absolutely see her like, frolicking in a field and, like that's the whole vibe. And she's young and look at the hair and the flowers and then go back to the next one. And this is definitely her 20 years later. Like this is her grown woman. She's settled down in life. Yep. She's left her hippie days behind.
Everyone was so surprised at how much more mature she looked.
Yeah, I think it's the hair too.
I think the hair. It is the hair.
Makes such a big difference. If she had long hair, I mean, I would still think she's a mom, but like, yeah. I think what takes away from it's that shawl.
This one?
If that shawl was off, it would be fine. That shawl, that's a grandma shawl. Like that's, that. I wonder if there's a photo without it.
I was wondering. Yeah. I think that's removable.
Because if it's removable, I would love to see what's underneath. Because, I feel like that shawl is definitely something you see in an anime where the grandma is walking and she's like hugging the shawl to her as she walks. But I will say those sleeves underneath it.
Yeah.
I love them. I love that print. It's such a pop of blue and red. And I like that she's wearing these gloves. Yeah, yes. They almost look like opera gloves.
Yes.
Yeah, I also like the almost Victorian high collar. So I'm really curious to see what's underneath it.
Mm.
Yeah, are those bead things part of her hair?
I think it's like a hair clip. Yeah, it's a hair accessory.
Oh, okay. I think.
She has that option.
Oh, okay. Maybe you should show them for reference.
Okay. Well, let's show that then. Right, so we opened up Nene's stream just to see the alternative. And
Yes.
Val already likes it much more than the standard shawl.
Yes. So that is so gorgeous. I really love, again, that, the print on that is really, really lovely.
Mm-hmm.
Now I kind of wish that collar was not there.
Mm.
As I've said, I really love this area. So I wish they had kept it open. Maybe keep that bow as a choker, but not with that collar going up because it ages her. I'm also not particularly... I'm a little confused by the checker print right at the hem, right at the top and pockets of the skirt.
Does look a tiny bit out of place.
Yeah, a little out of place, but I don't... I mean, it's so small that I'm okay with it. Because from a distance, it just looks like a little bit of hint of green, and that's all right. And then I don't mind the long skirt. Yeah, I feel like, well...
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, it's just I don't want it to seem like I was really mean to Iroha and then fine with this, because I'm saying now I don't mind that the skirt isn't floofy. But I think the reason I wanted it floofy for Iroha was because the rest of her outfit was just
very straight.
Yeah, and then the top, there was nothing really going on. So if the skirt had been voluminous, it would have been better. With this, the top is doing a lot.
Yeah.
So it's there. It has potential. So it's okay if the skirt is nice and long. But I really, I wish the collar wasn't there because it takes away from it. Yeah, I think the gloves are an interesting touch. Again, I think the gloves would pop more without the collar. Because then it would look like she's going to an evening event.
Right.
I think the collar is a little too elderly. Almost. And yeah.
Might be because of that pattern, no? That it goes up like that.
Yeah, and
it's just something about it.
And it just doesn't go. To me it's a little confusing because the whole point of that beautiful kind of almost sweetheart neckline of that patterned top. And the whole point of cutting it that way is to emphasize that shape.
Right.
That sweetheart shape. And then you cover what's underneath with something very high.
I think that's more I think that's more censorship regulations.
Yeah. So if that's the case, I do think it could be done better, or just bring the sleeves up. And then just take off this thing and keep a nice choker. Kind of like the choker reminds me of Callie's evening wear. Yeah, right. She had that
her
nice
formal dress.
Choker. Yeah, so I would have done that. But if I covered that area, if I covered just the top, I love the bottom, minus the checkers. I like the bow. I like the little stripe detail. It's a nice touch.
All right.
I actually wish those checkers were those stripes.
What do you mean?
Instead of having those green checkers, that stripe print on the bow was replace those checkers. And that way it makes more sense, because I think if you're going to put checkers there, make the bow have that checker accent, or vice versa.
That makes... Okay. I see what you mean.
Yeah, but I feel like the stripes and the checkers both kind of come out of nowhere for no reason.
And they're very closely placed to each other, so there's some conflict in a small area.
Yeah. I think I could... I don't like this hair.
She has alternate hairstyles.
There we go. Let's see that one. See, hair. This one makes it a bit better. I think the hair definitely makes her look younger.
This one, yeah.
Yeah, even with the grandma shawl. I don't like the hair. I think takes away from it. Not the hair, but all the hair pieces.
Accessories, yeah.
Yeah, so I like those little bows in the back, the blue, because they work with the pattern and the skirt.
Right.
But not this big old flower and then those funny little cereal pieces. They look like
they look like tricks.
Yes, they look like tricks or Fruit Loops. Yeah, so I I don't mind. Oh, her eyes are green.
Mm-hmm.
They look like nuclear waste. What? Like flubber green, you know?
That's certainly one way to describe that.
It's a lovely green.
You think biohazard waste is
It's
lovely?
like a neon green.
You should have just said that in the first place.
Well, I don't know. That's the first thing that came to mind.
That's the first thing that came to your mind?
Listen.
You psychopath.
Moving on.
Okay, moving on. So overall, with those thoughts in mind, what are your final thoughts about the overall for the 6 JP members?
I think it's really, really good. I mean, I think Chloe is my favorite for sure. I love that. I would frame that. I would print a poster of it. I love it.
Yeah, you are fangirling over
yes.
it.
I think after Chloe, I actually love Louise.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's something so clean,
yep.
so
very
boss
elegant
about it. Yeah, very elegant. This is a woman. What I was saying the other day. She looks like money.
Mm-hmm.
She looks like she has money. She spends money. She makes money. She looks like money. And then after that, I actually really like Laplace. I would say so. It's Chloe, Louis, and then Laplace. I really like it. There's something so streetwear about it, and so against the grain. She's like, I don't care.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna let you know I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of hilarious that she has manga of herself and her own photo, and
it's incredible.
It's great. It's so out there, and I love it. And then after that would be Koyori. Mm-hmm. I like hers. I think it's very cohesive. It all works together. Again, it's just the skirt for me that I had a problem with.
Skirt pattern, yeah.
Yeah, but everything else
is all right.
Looks great.
Mm-hmm.
Again, this is a look I can also imagine like in Harajuku.
Well,
like I can imagine someone
Harajuku streetwear.
Yeah, someone waltzing around happily eating like some, drinking tea and like in a cute Instagrammable little cafe. Yeah, I think that's a absolute hit. I would say then I like Nene next. The pattern gets me. That really beautiful, and again, I love pattern that has a lot of room to breathe because it's not so overwhelming and it's not so heavy. So I love that all those flowers are so nicely separated, so you can really appreciate each one. I could do without the shawl, and I really like it with her long hair. This is really the collar is the main issue for me.
Yeah.
And that's really it. But otherwise, I think the shape looks good on her, and it's very pretty. And last would be Iroha.
Because you did find it a little bit simple, and you preferred her original outfit over this.
And I just felt like they kind of did her dirty as far as like everyone else slams. Like, I mean, Nene even like save the, everything else that I didn't like about it, but it's still a lovely outfit. And I felt like Iroha's was just like, it's almost like she got invited to the party but didn't get the memo about the dress code. And I was like...
That's one way of putting it, I guess. Especially when you see hers compared to all of these other 5.
Yeah, just like imagine this is a Met Gala.
Yeah.
Like look at the outfits. These are all Met Gala worthy, and then
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's
I get what you mean.
Yeah. But yeah, I think the artist did a good job. I think Chloe's is
fire.
Chef's kiss.
Absolute fire.
And then
very
Louis.
Yeah. So I would say that's the first batch of kimonos done. If the video cuts out here, that's because we figured out it kind of ran long.
Yeah.
So we're probably going to see you guys in the next part where we'll be covering the EN kimonos.
Yes.
All right. That's going to come real soon. I'm just going to post these things like one after the other, like one day after the other, so it's easy and there's not really gonna be much of a gap. All right. So with that, this is for part 1. This is Senator War Chief and Val signing out. Bye-bye.
Bye.